Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. You long got a car for young Mei Mei. Fans in absolute shock. It was a trendy car, loudly crying face young. Mei Mei is so luck. It is a new news, not starting from where we stop a gift that shook the internet. You long surprises young Mei Mei with a trendy star, just when people thought the story had finally calmed down. Something new happened, and it has sent fans into another wave of shock. This time, it's not about hidden timelines or old clues. It's about a gift, a big one, a loud one, and according to fans, a very revealing one. The moment that started it all, it began with a clip that looked simple at first glance. A bright setting, a casual mood, and then something unexpected. A car. Not just any car, but a sleek, trendy model that instantly caught attention. The kind of car people recognize immediately. The kind that doesn't go unnoticed. And standing right there, young Mei Mei. What followed was a moment that fans are now replaying over and over again. Her reaction, surprised, emotional, almost speechless. And right beside her, Yulong, calm but clearly enjoying the moment. Wait, he bought that for her. Within minutes of the clips circulating, the internet exploded with reactions. People weren't just talking, they were shouting their thoughts across comment sections. That's not a small gift, loudly crying face. This just confirmed everything for me. She is actually so lucky. While what made this moment even bigger wasn't just the car itself. It was what it seemed to represent. More than just a car, fans quickly began interpreting the gesture as something deeper. Because in their eyes, this wasn't just about money or luxury. It was about intention. A gift like that suggests a strong emotional connection, a level of commitment, a relationship that goes beyond what was previously assumed for many. This moment felt like confirmation without words. The trendy car detail everyone is talking about. Another reason this story is gaining so much attention is the type of car itself. Fans described it as modern, stylish, highly desirable, the kind of car that's currently trending online and often associated with status and taste. This detail matters more than it seems, because it shows effort. It shows that the choice wasn't random. It was intentional and thoughtful. Young Mei Mei's reaction says everything. If there's one part of the moment that people can't stop talking about, it's her reaction. Not exaggerated, not staged, just real. She looked genuinely surprised, and for a brief moment, completely caught off guard. That reaction alone has fueled even more discussion, with fans saying, "You can't fake that." And for many, that's what made the moment feel authentic. Fans are calling her the luckiest right now across social media. One phrase keeps repeating, "She is so lucky." But interestingly, not everyone is saying it the same way. Some mean it in admiration. Others say it with a hint of envy. And a few are saying it in disbelief, still trying to process everything happening so fast. The bigger picture behind the gift, now the conversation is evolving again. People are asking, was this a private moment that became public? Or was it meant to be seen? Is this another quiet reveal, just like before? Because if there's one thing fans have learned recently, it's this. Not everything is as simple as it looks. A new chapter begins. This moment has added a completely new layer to the story. It's no longer just about hidden relationships or past clues. Now it's about present actions, visible gestures, public moments, things that are much harder to ignore. And people are watching closely right now. Attention is back at its peak. Fans are observing every detail. Body language, expressions, timing, even the smallest interactions, because after everything that has already happened, people are convinced that nothing is random anymore. What happens next? This single moment has reopened the conversation in a massive way. And now, everyone is waiting to see. Will there be more moments like this? Will things become more open? Or will everything go quiet again? One thing is certain, this wasn't just about a car. It was a statement, whether intentional or not. And once again, the internet is watching every move. The CR that meant more than it seemed. What fans are now noticing, what looked like a simple, heartwarming moment is no longer being seen that way. After the initial excitement settled, fans began watching the clip again, and again, and again. And this time, they weren't reacting. They were analyzing. Because according to many viewers, That car gift from Yulong to Yang, Mei Mei may have revealed more than anyone expected. The details people can't ignore at first, all attention was on the car itself. But now, people are focusing on the small things surrounding the moment. The way he presented it, the timing of the reveal, her immediate reaction, the energy between them individually, these details seem normal. But together, they're making fans pause. This felt too personal. One of the biggest talking points right now is how personal the moment felt. This wasn't loud or overly staged. There was no dramatic buildup. Instead, it felt natural, almost intimate. And that's exactly what has people talking. Because fans are now saying, this didn't feel like content, it felt like real life. The way he looked at her, a surprising amount of attention has gone to something very subtle. His expression. Viewers are pointing out that Yulong didn't just give the gift and move on. He watched her reaction closely, almost like he cared more about how she felt than the gift itself. That detail has sparked a wave of comments, suggesting that this moment carried emotional weight far beyond what was shown on the surface. Her reaction is being replayed everywhere meanwhile. Yang Mei Mei's reaction has become a focal point. People are breaking it down frame by frame. The pause before she spoke, the look of disbelief, the shift from surprise to happiness, fans believe those few seconds revealed something genuine, something that can't easily be acted. And because of that, many are convinced this wasn't planned for show. Questions about timing, another layer of curiosity, is building around when this happened. Why now? Why this moment? Some fans believe the timing is not random at all. They think it may be connected to everything that has been happening recently. Possible ideas being discussed include a response to growing attention, a subtle confirmation without words, or simply a coincidence that came at the most unexpected time. No one knows for sure. But the timing has definitely raised eyebrows. The symbolism behind the gift beyond the excitement. People are beginning to look at what the car represents. It's not just about the price or the trend. It's about meaning. To many fans, this kind of gift suggests appreciation, closeness, long-term connection, and when placed alongside recent discussions, it starts to feel like part of a bigger picture. Fans are reading between the lines. What's happening now is very different from the initial reaction. Before, people were surprised. Now, they are interpreting. They're looking beyond what is shown and trying to understand what it implies. Some believe this is a quiet way of showing something that hasn't been directly stated. Others think it's simply a genuine moment being overanalyzed. But either way, the conversation has shifted. Not everyone sees it the same way as expected. Opinions are divided. Some fans are fully convinced that this moment confirms everything they suspected. Others believe people are reading too much into a kind gesture. And then there are those who are just watching quietly, unsure of what to think yet. This mix of reactions is what keeps the discussion growing. The bigger impact of a single moment, what makes this situation so interesting, is how one short clip has created such a large response. It shows how small moments can carry big meaning. Public figures are constantly observed, and even simple actions can be interpreted in many different ways in this case. A car gift has become something much bigger than itself. A story still unfolding right now. Nothing has been officially explained. No detailed clarification. No deeper context. And that uncertainty is exactly what keeps people watching. Because when there are no clear answers, people will keep looking for them. What comes next? With attention building again, many are wondering, will there be more moments like this? Will things become clearer? Or will everything return to silence? For now, one thing is certain. That car wasn't just a gift. It became a moment, one that people won't stop talking about anytime soon. What this really changes, reactions, pressure, and what comes next, the conversation has now moved beyond the surprise, beyond the analysis. And it is something much bigger. What Yulong did for Yang, Mei Mei is no longer just being seen as a generous gesture. To many people watching closely, it feels like a turning point. The shift in public perception before this moment. Everything surrounding them felt uncertain. There were hints. There were discussions. There were theories. But nothing felt clear. Now, after the car gift, something has changed. People are starting to move from guessing to believing. Even without direct confirmation, Many fans feel like they've seen enough to form their own conclusions. And once public perception shifts like this, it's very hard to reverse. This makes it real. One phrase keeps appearing in conversations. This makes it real. Not because of the car itself, but because of what it represents. Grand gestures tend to feel different. They carry weight. They suggest intention. To many viewers, this moment didn't feel casual. It felt meaningful. And that meaning is what's making everything feel more solid than before. The pressure is growing. With increased attention comes increased pressure. Now, every move is being watched more closely than ever. What they post when they appear together, how they interact, even the smallest details are being examined. This kind of spotlight can quickly become overwhelming, especially when expectations begin to rise. Because now, people are not just observing, they are waiting. Expectations are changing. Before, fans were curious. Now, some are expecting more. More clarity, more openness, more visible moments. This shift is important because it changes the relationship between creator and audience. What was once optional begins to feel expected, even if nothing has been officially promised. Support versus curiosity at the same time. There's also a strong wave of support. Many fans are expressing genuine happiness, focusing on the positive side of what they witnessed. They see a thoughtful gesture, a moment of joy, a connection that feels real, but alongside that support is still a strong sense of curiosity. People are happy, but they also want to understand. And those two emotions are now existing side by side. The risk of overinterpretation. Not everyone is comfortable with how far the discussion has gone. Some are beginning to point out that a gift is still just a gift. Not every action carries hidden meaning. The situation might be simpler than it appears. This perspective is important because it reminds people that interpretation can sometimes go too far. Still, in a situation like this, it's almost impossible to stop speculation once it starts. A defining moment, whether intentional or not, this moment has become significant. It stands out. It has created conversation. It has drawn attention. It has added a new layer to everything people thought they understood. Moments like this often become reference points, something people look back on and say, that's when things changed. Silence feels louder now. Interestingly, the lack of explanation is starting to feel different. Before, silence created mystery. Now, it creates anticipation. People are more aware, more alert, more ready to notice anything new. And that makes every quiet moment feel even more noticeable. What people are watching for next right now, the audience is focused on what comes next, not in a demanding way, but in a very attentive one. They're looking for patterns. Will there be more public gestures? Will interactions become more open? Or will everything return to being subtle again? These questions are shaping the current mood. The bigger meaning behind it all, beyond the excitement, there is something deeper happening. This situation is showing how quickly a single moment can change perception. A simple action can become a major topic, and a private connection can become public conversation. It highlights the balance between living a real life and being constantly observed. Final thought, this was never just about a car. It became a signal, a moment of attention, a shift in how people see the story. And now, everything that follows will be viewed through this new lens. Because once something like this happens, nothing feels quite the same again. Thank you, guys, for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.